Okay, so this is the part two to the one I just did, talking about I need to improve. So when I say that vibrational alignment, what I wanted to mention was another one of my theories was that a lot of what I got this weekend was what I was looking for when I turned 18 and I first moved to Atlanta. And it was the kind of gay community that I was expecting, warm, welcoming, and that in Chicago. And it's different for me because usually I do come to Chicago. Well, it's often for me. It's not, I don't see the same people, and it's like I come here often enough to want, like, I feel like I should make friends here. Anyway, moving on. So, what I feel like the energy I received was the energy I was looking for back when I was like 18, 19 in Atlanta. I was looking for the black gay guys, right? And now Chicago, that gave it to me. I am going to Atlanta again, for there, and it just, I hope it is as friendly as it was here, if not more. But it's different. I will say that I do feel like my viewpoint of the community has changed, or at least what the energy I'm receiving from the community has changed, both in positive and negative ways. Just being honest. But I'm really hyped. I close the window, sorry. I don't know, I'm kind of hype about it because it is proving that things I wanted are possible and can come true. Maybe, I don't know how much of the things I want, because I do want a lot of things. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to people. Like, I want a lot. I'm not happy with a simple life. I want a lot of things going on. I'm a very complex person. I am really trying to do the introspection to figure out all the things I do want to do, and there are things I don't want to do, and there are plenty of things that I don't want to do, and there are so many things in the world. I feel like lots of times I hear from people in tunnel vision, and it's probably because I watched too many tarot readings, to be honest. It is because so many of them are focused on love, and that's, I feel like, a very small portion of life. And it's a very small portion of life, but I can see why it's so big for so many other people. I can understand it, but my point is that I wanted a community, supportive community, nice people, friends, like, and I feel like I was given that and then not given that at the same time. So it was a little odd. But because I got I had a general niceness from the community overall, but I didn't have any like close friends, or I don't even want to say close friends because I don't feel like I need to have a close friend. But I didn't they were friendly, but I feel like I didn't, I'm not making a friend. And for me to for me to want to change, I mean, if anybody watching this, leave a comment, like, if there's suggestions on things I can do to change and to improve, because I really want to make a friend. Like, I understand I'm probably, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I want to make a friend. Maybe is it superficial that I want a black gay friend? Is it? It might be. I mean, I'm no shade to any other race or any other part of the LGBTQ community or non or whatever, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not looking for. I feel like straight friends. I have enough of. We're straight people. I'm around enough straight people. I'm around enough hetero people. I'm not. I go around gay people, but I don't feel like I am connected. I definitely feel isolated. I do. And I'm not trying to fault anybody for my isolation, because I definitely will say that my isolation is my own fault. However, because I'm a standoffish person, y'all. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try and pretend like I'm walking up to everybody and being super friendly to every single person in the room. Like, I'm not that person. I'm very shy, very reserved, very to myself. I don't go out often. If I do go out, it's not really in my city. Clearly, I'm all the way out here in Chicago. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and put on, like, because I feel like a lot of times people make these videos and they don't have any accountability. And I definitely don't want to be the person who's not accountable for my participation in my loneliness, my isolation, and my feeling of disconnected from the community. Because I feel like a lot of people will get on here and say they're disconnected from the gay community, but it's like they don't list the reasons why they are. Like, I know the reasons why I am, right? I stayed to myself. I stayed inside. I wasn't out clubbing every weekend. Now that I'm older, I'm trying to do that. But again, it's that catching up on life thing. And it's really annoying because I'm 32. So, right. So it's annoying because I really am now having to learn how to budget for that, if that makes sense. Like, I think a lot of people learn to budget for friends and outside in their 20s. I was grinding in my 20s, so like 2-3 jobs in my 20s. So like, I'm trying to not have to do that in my 30s, but this inflation, these prices and shit. Some of y'all may look on here. I don't really make a lot of videos on here, y'all. I really don't. And I do not expect me to do that, because it's very rarely that I'm probably gonna do this. I'm just gonna be honest, because if you look at my history, you can see I just upload random shit on the short. That's basically what this channel is. So, and then if I have something I want to talk about, thank you, Madonna. I have something I want to talk about, then I make a video. But I generally don't. It's not because of anything other than I don't feel like the public needs to know me. But again, like I'm saying, I realize that's my isolation, that's my problem, that's me. So I feel like posting this or saying this out loud, if that can help me in any way, shape, and form, push forward out of my perceived little bubble, then I need to do that, Like, I'm the person that's like, I'm not afraid to try to break out of the bubble or try to improve myself, but it is kind of hard when I don't know the areas that I need to improve in, right? Or in some of these areas, it's just hard to face. Like, I've made videos, I've posted videos. You can look, I have several channels. It's not like I'm afraid to make a video, but I guess the topic of discussion wasn't what was wanted from me. I don't know what topic of discussion is necessarily wanted, or how these things go. I just kind of post about whatever I'm doing, wherever I'm doing, on wherever it needs to be done at, So I don't know. I really want to break the isolation bubble, and maybe I've spent a lot of time refusing things, but in my defense, and this is where I'm going to sound crazy and like in the, I guess, an angel, alien, whatever it is, but I feel a lot of pulses in my head, right? Like, I call it energy discernment. A lot of people, energy reading, whatever. I'm an energy sensor. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm fucking phenomenal or any of that. I sense energy in the way that I sense energy. A lot of it is up here, is where I feel a lot of things. And a lot of times, the astral realm, people will, I don't know if people have ever heard the story of, or not the story, but have you ever heard of like people like reaching you in the 5D before the 3D, like you can feel them thinking about you type thing? I don't know if I get that because I can't necessarily verify who is talking to me or who is thinking of me, but I definitely will feel things throughout the day, and then something happens on the 3D to give me the confirmation of what I felt. So it's kind of weird and interesting. I think some people call it like a master manifester or something, because a lot of times, like, I will think about something and I will attract something that I think about, including people, right? And I get terrified of that power, ability, manifestation, and I will live in that fear. So I like, it's scary to me if I find someone attractive and they find me attractive, because my brain somehow feels like if we're going well, then I must be like tricking them into liking me. And when I start to feel like that, or like it's going, like they like me, like it's so mutual, I wanted to continue, but I'm terrified of doing something that will jeopardize what I have going on. So it's like okay, so say I'm having a conversation and I like the conversation and I want the conversation to continue. The fear that I will emit some type of energy that will cause an ending to the conversation is a constant fear for me, because I feel like, I do insurance, y'all, as my day job. And I work for Exact Benefits. I'm a life and health insurance agent, broker. I I am focusing more on life insurance, but I do health. I have health insurance, ancillary insurance for those who are under 65 and over, and for those who are over 65. I also do Medicare insurance as well. Now, just getting it out the way, because I have a whole other channel that I'm going to be making videos about that, and I don't want to put that content here. I like to keep. If you look at my list of channels on this channel, you will see that I like to keep things separate, okay? And I think that is that compartmentalizing. A lot of people talk about, a lot of men will compartmentalize the different parts of their lives and things, and I do think that I've done that, and I have isolated myself from the community of guys I want to be around by doing that. right? Because it's like I've really only been online. I've not been in person. I haven't been to the bars. I haven't been doing the things that I'm currently doing. In some ways I have, in some ways I haven't. Like I didn't go. If I went to a gay event, I didn't go to a black gay event. I'll put it to you that way. It's like I would go to Orlando for Pride, but I never went to a black gay pride. I will go. You know what I mean? Like in not since so many of these gay clubs closed. Like the one we had in the city I'm from when I was in high school, I went to, and then it's like they don't have that many really anymore here. There's like two or three in Flint. I think there's like two or three. I don't even really go to the one. I like the one though. I do. I like the one. It's nice, but I don't go all the time. I'm not a drinker, so and I understand that that's a lot of culture in the world is drinking. I'm a smoker. Shout out to legalization of cannabis. Whoop whoop. I'm more of a smoker, right? So I don't. I mean, yeah, there's cannabis events, and in Michigan there'll be some like they're probably for the 4th of July, which is when I'm recording this. They probably would have some like smoke, like a smoke tent out there. You can get like a lot of free pre-rolls and things. That's just because that's one of the benefits of Michigan, Smoke City. But I'm a smoker, so it's like I get a lot of the culture is drinking, but drinking, it doesn't make me depressed, but that's the culture. I get it. I don't fit in there. This is me being accountable, pointing out where I don't fit in the culture. So I will drink. I have drunk. I've been drinking. Okay, I had a Long Island and lemon drop earlier. I want some more Long Islands, but I don't want to go to the liquor store, because if I go to the liquor store, then I'm not going to want to drink at the club. I'm going to want to drink in the car. And I'm like, the whole point of me coming out here and doing this weekend was to connect. And I feel like I need to report even just a little bit about what or how that connection went, because it was a challenge for me, and this is important to me to connect with the people who I feel like are similar to me. I don't want to be that person that is I don't feel like I'm self-hating, but in ways it feels like my energy shows the things I don't like about myself, the mirror, right? The reflection, like it shows the things I don't like about myself, or the things that are, and I don't like it. I mean, it is what it is. Like the things I don't like about myself, like I'm out here with these guys, and first of all, I don't have anybody to come with me, right? Because I don't really have many black gay friends, and I don't really have people to come with me. So there is the first thing right there, right? Because if I had someone to come with me, I wouldn't really feel as dependent on making a friend out here, although I still want to make friends out here. But I do come here, I feel like, often enough to whereas I should have a friend out here I can visit consistently, a couple of friends, and for the amount of times that I came out here to not make a friend also is highlighting a problem for me, because I've come to Chicago a lot of times and I don't have friends here, and I know like my friends will have a friend here, and I need to know what I'm doing wrong. Whereas they would make a friend and have a friend and keep a friend, and I don't seem to emit that energy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, and I'm talking about friendship. I'm not talking about dating. I'm not talking about like a relationship. I'm talking about just like a good Judy. Okay, like if y'all know what that term means, a good Judy, it's like just like a really good, like down with it best friend, the one that makes you feel safe, when it makes you feel like safe to be yourself, and to, you know, you can be yourself around them, express yourself around them, and you know they hopefully also feel the same, open in expression and acceptance. And I feel like another issue is my body. I'm not the most physically fit person in the world, and I know, you know, people are shallow. That's a thing. But I definitely feel like for me not to, you know, I'm all about the not everybody can be with everybody, not everybody can connect with everybody, not everybody is supposed to be connected with everybody, right? I'm very much on, please give me what aligns to me and where I'm currently at, where I'm going. You know, I don't really want the past, although I get the past wish coming true type energy. Like, this is something you wanted for a long time. I'm finally able to give it to you. Like, I get it, although I can't deny that it reminds me of how long ago I wished for it. You know, like I'm saying with this with this Black Gay Pride, right? This is a great for the community. I felt great. I felt great being surrounded by gay men who actually accepted me and not just looked at me as the pork chop. You know, it, for whatever it's worth, I may not look as bad as I did back then when I was in Atlanta I was young, I was fat, I was growing my hair out, I had perms. You know, like I wasn't it. I was not the birthday. I was not the birthday. I will admit that. And I don't think I'm the birthday today. And I think that's part of the problem too, is like, I think in some ways, from what I hear all the time and what I've worked on, is my emotional intelligence. So I feel like I'm taking accountability. I can say these things and really be, fuck. Why? God damn it. This is what I get. 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 Fuck. It was the next street down. Fuck. Chicago and y'all damn one ways. Oh. Okay, well, I'm rambling anyway, so that's my cue to end the video. Bye, y'all. Assassination. Shadow out.